The Senate knows a huge disparity and uneven disbursement of ₦500 billion loan to 6 geopolitical regions of Nigeria and the states in the country in the year 2021 by the Nigerian Development Bank.
Please, one house. One house, please, one house.
Those that
Senator Jika, please take your seat. Senator Akpan, take your seat.
notes that while Lagos State goes home with 47% of the total loan, the northern region in total gets 11%. Aware that the bank's annual integrated statutory report obtained 2021 on 13 July 2022 from organization's website, the bank was able to disburse a loan worth 483 billion naira only, out of which 11% went to the 19 states of northern Nigeria, while 47% went to Lagos alone. Aware also that the 11% of the loan that went to the north totals about 53,130 million, and that the 47% that went to Lagos State alone totals about 227 billion, 10 million naira only. Concerned that the loans were given out to the country's 6 geopolitical zones, where the data shows that the Southwest accessed the lion's share of 57% of the total loan, which is estimated to be around 274,740 million naira only. Worried that
Tekibo, please take your seat. Senator Jibola, take your seat. Senator Obasani, one house.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Senate President. Worried that South-South access 17%, which is roughly 81,940 million naira only. South-South, that's why you are affected. The Federal Capital Territory and the North Central region access 11%, which was 53 billion and 20 million. Southeast access a paltry 9%, which is roughly about 43 billion 380 only, while the Northwest has 5% accessed 24 billion 100 million only. The Northeast access only 1%, the least share of the total loan at roughly 4.8 billion. Recalls that the Development Bank of Nigeria exists to alleviate financing constraints faced by micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises in Nigeria through providing partial credit guarantees and technical assistance to eligible financial intermediaries on a market conforming and fully financially sustainable. Notes that the top 5 sectors considered for the loan are oil and gas, 42%, manufacturing, 16%, agriculture, forestry, and fishery, 7.2%, trade and commerce, 6.3%, transportation and storage, 3.5%. Regrets that the lack of awareness of the existence of the loan or even the bank, religious beliefs, and that precludes Muslims from taking interest loans, considering the bulk of the people in the north are Muslims, and lack of formalization of business, as most loans require that one has registered company, corporate bank account, and good business plan, has hampered uneven loan disbursement. Accordingly, resolves to set up an ad hoc committee to carry out holistic investigation into the matter and report back to the Senate. 2, urge the bank to ensure equitable disbursement of the loan in all the 6 geopolitical zones of the country, And lastly, urge the bank to expand its loans facilities beyond 5 sectors already captured. Before I conclude, my distinguished colleagues and Senate President, I have an additional addendum that I distributed to members, showing one, the poverty rate in this country, as captured by Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative. And I also distributed the graphical presentation of the loan as distributed by the bank. Let me also say and mention here, distinguished colleagues, that this uneven disbursement or inequality exists not only in the Development Bank of Nigeria, but it is also the same thing that is happening in Bank of Industry and also the AMCOM Borrowers Program. This is very important to this Senate to look at the disbursement of these funds so that some of the impediments that can be removed are removed, and then members of the public are encouraged to access these loans, because that will go a long way to solve the high poverty rate we are experiencing, not only in the north, but also almost all over the country. I urge my colleagues to support this motion, and the Senate should take immediate and appropriate action to address this. Thank you very much, Mr. President, and my distinguished colleagues.